wasn't a fan of the previous two films, but hey, maybe this one will turn things around.
Thomas, you can save your friends. Or you can save us all.
So Maze Runner: The Death Cure is the third and final installment of the Maze Runner trilogy, and once again we follow Thomas, played by Dylan O'Brien, who spends the film with his friends trying to rescue people who are captured by Wicked in this big city that he has to break into, while at the same time Wicked is trying to find a cure for the flare virus. Alrighty guys, so let's get into Maze Runner: The Death Cure. So as I stated previously, I haven't really been the biggest fan of the Maze Runner films. I've been actually calling them the Meh Runner films because I found both films not really good or bad, but just meh. Though I will say the first one is better than the second one. I can definitely say that. So going into The Death Cure, I really had no expectations for it, especially since it was a January film. I gotta tell you guys, this film surprised me a lot. Start off with the acting. Dylan O'Brien is an absolute star, especially in the action genre. I haven't seen American Assassin, but I have been told that he is amazing in it. So seeing him in these previous two films, including this one, makes me excited to see where he goes next. Even in the previous two films, which I wasn't the biggest fan of, Dylan O'Brien was the reason why I was still engaged nonetheless in those films. Seriously, the guy is an absolute star, and I cannot wait to see where his career goes from here. Now, if there's one thing that this film did very well compared to the first two films, is that this film actually kept me pretty engaged and pretty entertained for the most part. That's probably because I had no expectations in going to this film, but honest to God, this film was probably the most entertaining film for me of the Maze Runner trilogy. And also, one thing that really impressed me about this film was the action sequences. The action sequences in this film are easily the best of the entire trilogy. Now, well, don't get me wrong, the first film's running sequences were the best part about that film, but all the action sequences in this film were very well done, very well choreographed, well shot. You can actually see the action. Thank you for not using so much shaky cam in this film, seriously. The action in this film was very well done. The chase sequences, the fight sequences, everything about the action in this film was the best of the trilogy. Easily. And aside from the action in this film, there's actually quite a few scenes that have some really well done tension in them. And also the visual effects for this film, I feel like are easily the best of the trilogy, without a doubt. As well done as this film is, there are plenty of flaws. My biggest flaw with this film, and actually my biggest flaw with the entire trilogy as a matter of fact, is that the first Maze Runner film, I feel like, threw a lot of questions up in the air. The second one only made things more confusing, I thought, and the third one I feel like didn't really answer a single question, which made me think, okay, what does their relationship have to do with this? What's going on with this? What's going on with that? Yeah, it honestly didn't feel like that the film answered a single question that the first two films raised. Another thing is that this movie is pretty predictable. Like, for example, there is this one scene where a character says a line of dialogue, and I thought, really? Though? Is there really just that person there? And not to mention my boss and I guess the biggest plot twist of the film once a certain action happened. While this film definitely has the best action of the trilogy, there are a couple of things that would never happen. Like when I see people jumping out of a window and falling hundreds and hundreds of feet, I don't really think they're gonna survive that. This movie is almost 2.5 hours long. I felt it was a bit too long. If they would have cut out at least 15 to 20 minutes, it would have been a much more solidly paced film. Overall, guys, coming from someone who hasn't really been the biggest fan of the trilogy, The Death Cure actually surprised me quite a bit. I enjoyed this movie more than I thought I would. In all honesty, guys, aside from its flaws, I found The Death Cure to be a pretty enjoyable action film. All in all, guys, I'm gonna give Maze Runner: The Death Cure a 3.25 out of 5 stars. If you're a big fan of this trilogy, I feel like you're gonna get your money's worth with this film, and even if you haven't been the biggest fan, I would say check this out. Who knows, it could surprise you like it surprised me. Alright guys, so comment out and let me know below. Are you guys looking forward to Maze Runner: The Death Cure? Are you not looking forward to this film? Please let me know below. I hope you guys enjoyed my review of Maze Runner: The Death Cure. If so, please hit that like button, share, and subscribe to see more reviews just like this one. If you guys want to see my review of 12 Strong, please click right here. And if you guys want to see my review of The Commuter, please click right here. And of course, until the next review, I will see you guys next time.